Hey, what's up you guys? Aftershow Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more of The 100. This is season 4, episode 3. How you doing? You good? I was sent these bad boys, which is so cool. I have Lexa come hater here. Holy fucking shit. I won't be swallowing this. Don't you worry. This is so cool. Sadly, I'm not a Nightblood, so it won't connect with me. But it's so cool. Anyways, I bet you're jealous. You don't have Lexa. I do. I'm just saying. Let's go over the comments. I actually like how they brought Rowan back. They actually had a reason to survive. And not just brought back for no reason. Yeah. I love that there's no coming out in this show. Gay people just exist and nobody gives it a second thought. Yeah. I agree. They have basically normalized it because, I mean, these people are like 1,000 years in the future or something. So like, or 100 years in the future, sorry. So you would hope that it's normalized at that point. No, the radiation will continue to rise by itself and will make it unsurvivable. You can see before a huge wave hit them that they already had radiation burns and the guy just died from it. But the huge wave of radiation is called prime fire. That will kill anything in its path. Okay. Just in case you didn't know, the actress who played Allie was also in a few episodes of Supernatural. She played an angel and early... Yeah, I know this. I pointed this out. As soon as I met her, I was like, I recognize her. Octavia's development is the most drastic out of all the characters, and I actually like badass Octavia. I agree. That isn't afraid of anything and willing to kill anyone. You don't fuck around with Octavia. Yeah, I like it definitely a lot. Yeah. Season 3 was originally going to end with Jasper actually killing himself by shooting himself on the head. They did film that ending, but the showrunners decided they didn't want to end the season with a suicide. But instead, they end the season being like, surprise, the world's ending. I kind of get the people blaming Clark. I doubt any of them would know the negative side effects of the chip. All they know is that they were in a better place where they were much happier. Clark ended that. Heck, Jasper knew the side effects and he still wanted to go back in. I guess. Echo had actually been in 3 episodes prior to... Yeah, I know, I was exaggerating by saying she was in like 1 episode. It is an exaggeration. My biggest issue with Jasper's suicide attempt, it's not that he was going to do it. I get it. He's been through hell. It's that Harper put her gun holster back on her waist at least 2 different times and didn't notice her gun was missing. Yikes. Guns aren't exactly small or light. You would notice that. What the hell, Harper? Yeah. Look, I have to say, like, I hate it when, like, people will go through trauma in TV shows and then they just get over it in an episode. Like, I think it is absolutely so realistic, and I love that Jasper has gone through it, you know? He really had, like, he was really depressed, and still is to an extent, I suppose. But in saying that, that doesn't mean I'm enjoying his character. Goddamn, is he annoying. But I get it, and I'm glad they're doing it. I am. But that doesn't mean that it's enjoyable to watch, you know? It's so frustrating. And then we have episode 2. I didn't get upset at Bellamy's incredibly stupid decision in this episode, mainly because it was episode 2. There's too much time left in the season. Yeah, I mean, of course. Something was always going to go wrong. Yeah. Blowing up their source of water wasn't even his biggest mistake. He just attacked Ice Nation. That's grounds to start a war you were trying to avoid. Yeah. I don't believe they brought all the slaves back. Half were grounded prisoners. Oh, okay, I didn't realize. I'm guessing those people went off on their own. Clark went completely against her original character here. Lying to people is exactly the opposite of what she would have done in season 1. I think it's in line with where her character is now, though. Telling the 100% truth has backfired on her in the past. Yeah. I personally think it was the wrong decision, though. She should have told them the complete truth. Doing so would give them the workers they need to repair Arcadia, but it would also give them people looking for a way to save everyone. Did she not tell the 100% truth in the end? I'm a little lost. You about Clark being ready to sacrifice Abby to keep the passphrase. What would you do? Would you cave? Depends on the person who they threatened to kill. Okay. Fruits, I guess you weren't paying attention. We did see Grounders walking around in the City of Light. There were several people walking around with visible tattoos on their face, including Antari. Well, I'm stupid, okay? Shakes my head. How the fuck did you not get that joke? I made a joke about the budget and Jerry kills, and it went right over your head. Bish, I made like at least 20 jokes about that shit during the run of Once Upon a Time. How? Who are you and what have you done to my bestie? Look, I may have swallowed one of these. No, really, the answer is, this is not Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is over. Why would I make that connection? Sorry. But, yeah. This bitch talking about I saved your life getting you out of Mount Weather. Pretty fucking sure Bellamy got you out of the cage. If not for him, then you probably would have ended up doing a Bonnie Bennett. Too late, Raven. You need to work on your cock-blocking skills. Actually, scratch that. Cock-blocking sucks. Either learn to knock or join in the fun. Oh my god, okay. The giant wave of radiation you saw at the end of 401 is what they called prime fire. It shows the effects a meltdown of several mega reactors. In the real world, mega reactors obviously aren't a thing. One of the most well-known meltdowns to ever occur in real life was Chernobyl, and its effects could be felt hundreds of kilometers away, probably a bit over 1,000. To answer your question, you are right. The wave you saw is not an actual thing that happens, especially not worldwide. This was just a case of a TV show got a TV show. Okay. Technically, Sky Crew did cause all of the chip stuff, and the Grounders have the right to be angry. Jaha was the first to take the chip, and many others followed, as we saw, but Jaha was essentially a descendant of Sky Crew, whether or not he was still with them. The Grounders need to blame people, so why not the people that invaded their land? Fair. Continuing on with that, though, since Jaha is pretty much the one to blame for letting Ali out into the world, how is he still alive and walking around Polis? Very excellent question. It was a dumb decision, especially since, like, everyone knew that it was him that was giving the chip. Whatever. It was a dumb decision to bring this Brian dude along on this mission. He's got a personal investment in trying to save the prisoners on Farm Station. It was a dumb decision on the part of Bellamy in blowing up the device that could help 500 plus people survive prime fire. They blew it up to save 25 prisoners. People they now need to somehow add to the list of potential survivors, which now has been drastically down to 100 at the most. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Yes. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a few people to save the rest. The title of 402 speaks volumes. Heavy lies the crown. A leader's decision was to be made there, and Bellamy is obviously not leadership material. Yeah, but I can't blame him for making that decision, to be honest. I think Clark's decision to lie to everyone about saying they would all survive was the right one. Okay, I see. Because if you think about it, if you tell people that some of them are going to die and others will get to live, you create chaos. People will be more preoccupied with their own survival, which will take time away from making progress towards a solution. It's human nature to look out for yourself first. Only the best of people try to look out for others as well, and there are sadly only a few of those kinds of people in this world. The better option is giving them all hope and telling them that they will all get to survive if they work together. Get solutions first by having them work as one people, and then deal with the whole too many people issue later. Yeah. Sorry, I was just told not to swallow the key. Anyways, let's get into the episode.
2 meals a day for people working as hard as ours? We won't make any friends.
Well, if there's one thing our people understand, it's rationing. Besides, once we close those doors, it'll be 1 meal a day for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Try 1 meal every other day.
Look, when it comes down to it though, they understand rationing, but once they've gone back to normal, like, they're not going to want to ration again, I think. There's that to take into account.
We need some medical help at the front gate. Looks like we got some sick people here.
Nico?
What if it's a grounder attack like they did with Murphy?
What happened to them?
The sickness. We lost more than 40 on the way.
Luna?
Please don't turn us away because of what it did to you.
Mom, what is this?
Radiation?
Fever, lesions, vomiting. It's ARS.
What's ARS?
Acute radiation sickness. When did the symptoms start?
I'm not sure. Right before the fish started dying.
The fish are dying?
Floating on a sea to the horizon. In every direction.
It's not contagious. Let's get them to Med Bay.
It's already here.
It's not safe for you here. What do you want?
I need you to handle something for me. The way you handled Ambassador Rafael. We should speak alone.
If you can't trust Indra, you can't trust me.
The flame's been stolen.
When?
Just now from my quarters, while I was training.
How can you be so careless?
We need to lock down this city and search
Yeah, how could you be careless? Clark had that thing on her for ages.
If word gets out that he's lost the flame, the Epic clans will question his rule. Tree crew loudest of all.
And I'll be forced to answer their questions with my army.
Or we can just find it. Where do I start?
Whoever did this got in and out of the tower without being seen. In order to risk that, she'd have to care more about the flame than her own life.
She.
The new flamekeeper.
Perhaps you should look closer to home. You're not exactly beloved.
My people want an Ice Nation king.
The ambassadors don't.
The ambassadors are cowards who know I'd have their heads.
I mean,
Keepers of the
could be
flame.
Echo.
Fanatics.
It's been very questionable.
I'd do it myself. My guards won't let me out of their sight.
I'll handle it.
What's wrong? I created a killer. The street, they're calling her a sky ripper. Death from above.
I'm so proud.
You should be. One kill to prevent thousands. It's good politics.
This is all that's left of my people. Can you save them?
Really?
Do everything we can. You have my word. Tell me something good.
Raven's looking for us.
So Luna's rig is here, and if the fish in these waters are dying, well, basically we're screwed.
Hallie said we had 6 months.
We don't.
Well, then how long do we have?
It's hard to say. Radiation is dispersed by jet stream and carried by ocean currents, so it's not an exact science, but the leading indicators are small species die-offs. Fish, insects. Based on the new data, I'd say we have 2 months of survivability. Maybe less.
That's not
Dark won't
long.
be ready.
It'll be close. If we triple our man hours and work around the clock, we should be able to achieve a hard seal before the black rain comes. We just have to decide who gets to live here.
Raven, we're not talking about the list again.
Clark, we are running out of time. We have to make a plan for the day we close the doors. Drill for it. Make sure only the survivors have guns. Agree on protocols for dealing with the people who are pissed off they're not chosen. You asked me to be in charge of rationing, and I am doing it. But choosing who gets to live or die is your specialty.
Rude.
No one's scheduled to take the rover.
Out of the vehicle.
I need to make a run.
All supply runs go through me. And shouldn't you be working on the patch to Sector 5?
A patch for a ship that can only save 100 people? Why are you surprised? I am an engineer. We have no way to generate water. The harder number is 400. Can you really sentence 400 more of our own people to death?
We don't have a choice.
What if you do? What if I told you there might be a fallout shelter less than a day's drive from here? A fallout shelter built to sustain thousands.
We've been through the Chancellor's files. All of the bunkers you considered for the 100 were listed as compromised or unviable. And now Mount Weather is 2.
Those were government bunkers.
This is the one that Murphy was in, right?
A doomsday cult?
That's right. The second dawn.
They built a bunker.
Their whole theology was based on writing out the end of the world.
And why didn't you consider it?
We couldn't prove it existed.
So why are you considering it now?
Because before now, we didn't need it.
You found it, didn't you?
Can't be sure unless we check it out.
No. No way. We need that rover for hauling pieces of a 3-ton patch we're
Yeah, but
building.
if he's right, we don't need a patch.
Can you please remind Clark what happened the last time Jaha went looking for salvation?
If that bunker is real, we can save a lot more than 100
I mean, he did find what he was looking for, though.
We've lost another day.
Hey, look, if it's not, I'll make the list, okay?
Do what you want. I've got a ship to sail.
I'll drive.
In the 2 years before the bombs, Gallagher sold off most of the Second Dawn's real estate holdings, generating tens of millions of dollars. But there was one thing he didn't sell. I found this in his autobiography. It's his childhood home. His father built a bunker there to save his family. I think Gallagher used the church's money to expand it.
Grew up there. Maybe he kept it for sentimental value.
His father
Well,
beat him
he's
almost
hoping that
daily
it's in
that
no
house.
radiation
He
zone.
hated living there
Why keep it if you're liquidating everything else?
because that bunker is there. I could feel it.
Guy sounds like a religious fanatic to me.
Maybe. Or maybe he was just a leader willing to do whatever it took to save his people.
Already told Jackson, we can't spare anything. Especially not anti-radiation meds.
We're talking about 7 doses.
That's a quarter of our supply, Abby. A supply that has to last us for 5 years on an irradiated planet. We're gonna need every one of those pills, and you know it.
You're right. It's your call. But those
Will it
people-
work? Can you guarantee the medicine will save them? You can't. Because Stilactivine needs to be used within 24 hours of exposure. It's on the damn label.
The rate of effectiveness goes down, yes. But it doesn't mean it won't work. We have to try.
No.
There's a child in there with them. At least give me enough for her. But we can't waste our supply on a long shot. If we can save one life, would you call that a waste? Even if it worked. Even if we could save them today, they'll be dead from radiation inside 2 months. You tell yourself that if you need to. But the radiation isn't killing that child. You are.
She's just trying to make hard calls here, and it's... I get it. Put the meat back. Did he steal him? He did. Oh. I hope he put the meat back.
Where did you... Never mind.
I didn't know how many you needed, so I took it all. What are you waiting for? Go. Be doctors.
Give it to the child first. And if it works, you give it to the others. I'm glad you're back, John. I was worried about you.
Thanks.
And his father got floated for stealing medicine to save him.
Alright.
Who knew he had it in him?
I did.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Damn. Who the hell is it? I don't recognize those eyes. Didn't look like Echo. I haven't seen her face long enough to recognize her eyes actually.
Who's gone, Sky Guy?
Get pre-order back off!
No. Así eran como protecte. No more.
What's the point?
Ali used tech to control us. No one will ever take over mines again.
What?
Map them up. I up where on our muscle.
I'm really confused why he just helped her. What? Yep, I have no idea who you are.
So you're the new Flamekeeper. This is a sacred space. Leave before you get hurt.
Give me the flame. It does not belong to you or your red-blooded king. I can't let you leave with it. You don't have a choice. Good technique. I know it well.
Stop! Put down the sword, Octavia.
She has the flame.
Daughter or something?
She's my daughter.
Thought so. Why, when she said my technique or your technique is...
I'll talk to Rowan. If we give him back the flame, I can convince him to show mercy.
Ascada knows no mercy. Give me the flame, Gaia.
It's around her neck.
That's nothing. A totem she's worn since she joined the faith. You were interfering in matters you do not understand.
Wrong. I'm a Flamekeeper.
I'm honoring my faith, a faith you once believed in.
Don't you question my devotion.
A devoted follower would die before giving the flame to an unworthy king. And as get a king, you pervert our faith. Hera would be ashamed.
I'm doing what's best for Tree Crew. You would understand that if you had stayed and done your duty.
I was called.
My daughter was not meant to wander the earth looking for night bloods. My daughter was meant to lead armies. My daughter was meant to lead our people.
Looks like you found that daughter now. Rowan sent me here to kill you. If I don't come back with the flame, he will send others. If the spirit of the commanders deems it my time, then so be it. Hinja, tell me what you want me to do here. Without the flame, the king is vulnerable. We will need to fight to keep him on the throne. If that's what you want me to do, I'll do it. For you.
The looters.
If they find the flame, they'll destroy it. I'll take the tunnel.
Wait.
Drop your weapons.
You're making a mistake.
We just want the tech. No one has to get hurt.
Give me the pack.
No, let go! Give that back! Don't!
Oh, it's the one that was around her thing.
Spirit of the commanders.
Right?
Alien,
They
you don't have to do this.
mentioned that before, I don't know.
Yes, I do.
No. She's got it around her neck now or whatever.
Sorry about your necklace.
Don't be.
It was a good plan. Thank you.
You got what you wanted.
So did you. And, she's family.
Rowan will still want her head.
Not if he doesn't think it was her.
Tavia's got you back. Oh wow, I didn't realize that you made such a mess.
She's lucky to have you. Leadership is a lonely pursuit. But you keep her centered.
You got it backwards.
Still blaming yourself for killing that army. You made mistakes, it's true. But your intentions were pure. Every choice you made to save your people. You've been shooting me twice. As long as that's the truth, you don't need redemption.
You don't hope so.
No.
If you're wrong, and there is a hell, I guess I'll see you there.
How many people do you have to save before you forgive yourself?
Over here.
Have you just forgiven yourself for what you did?
Stay behind me.
I guess with no insects, yeah.
From the ashes we will rise. Not this guy.
The 11th seal, their faith was based on 12 seals. Followers could level up by unlocking them one at a time. Only those who reached level 12 could achieve salvation.
Maybe that's why they didn't let him in.
I was right.
What if they're still in here?
I mean, they'd be really old.
Hey! Is anyone there?
Not dead. Probably dead, actually.
It's still sealed.
Maybe ancestors? I don't know how much space there is, actually.
That's because it was designed to be open from inside.
Or from the outside. By somebody with a rover.
What happened?
Let's go find out.
It worked.
It wasn't sealed. The radiation would have killed them in days. This won't save anyone.
Well, tried.
Finally. Sean, what's wrong?
Looks like we may need my people after all. There's a storm coming. When it hits, we need to be on the right side of that door.
So, we make ourselves useful.
Yeah, exactly. I've already started working on Abby. Come on. I'll explain on the way.
Already started working on Abby. You're not on there, are you?
If I'm on that list, you're on that list.
I can't.
Write it down. Write it down, or I will.
No.
So what now?
Now we put it away and hope we never have to use it.
You still have hope?
We still breathing.
That's gonna come back and bite someone and bite them in the ass at some point.
Luna?
You seem to be doing alright.
We didn't treat her. Her body's rejecting the radiation on its own. Here. Please, sit down.
What did you do?
Nothing. There's only one variable. There's one thing that separates Luna
Nightblood?
from the others. Nightblood. From the ashes we will rise.
Ah, you know what? Duh, that makes sense. Like, cause I kept asking, like Becca, went down to Earth again and walked out in radiation, and it was like I kept asking how. That makes no sense. Duh. That makes sense, actually. They finally, I guess they're kind of addressing it now. Yeah. Very sad about the little girl. We may have found something. I don't know how we're going to replicate this for everyone, but maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.